What did you make of the whole move? What do you think of the situation? How's it left Spurs now as we go into a game tomorrow?
I think if Spurs were ever going to sell Harry Kane, they should have done it before the players come back to pre-season. Get it done. Give the new manager the money to spend to bring in a replacement, because now all you're going to hear all season, whenever Spurs lose, whenever Spurs don't finish in the top 7, it's because we lost Harry Kane late, we couldn't get a replacement. Spurs fans don't want that. They would have wanted the season to start. You're signing Maddison, you're signing Van der Ven, you're signing these players to go and get back into Europe. How can you sell your best ever player the day before the season starts?
Bayern Munich were offering like 70 million, so Levy just wasn't going to accept that fee. He wanted to get it close to as 100 million as he could, and he eventually did get it, up and close to it. And he wasn't going to lose Harry Kane. He wasn't prepared to lose Harry Kane on a free, next season. And I don't think Harry Kane really and truthfully wanted to be at the football club for another season. He had. In the end, he'd had enough of the fact that of Tottenham not winning trophies, not competing, off the back of a shocking season last season in terms of where we finished. And he had an unbelievable season. I think he got 30 goals. At the end of the day, Gab, Spurs fouled him. Daniel Levy fouled him. You've got a player there who's one of the best goal scorers in Premier League history. He's one of the best players in the world. And you haven't backed a manager and you haven't backed the club to bring in top quality players to take them to the next level. You look at teams like Newcastle, you look at teams like Aston Villa. They're backing their manager, they're backing the club, and you're going to go, you know what, we're gonna try and get in amongst this. And Tottenham are always the club that, think that they can be a big club and think that they can get up amongst it, and then they never back it up. You bring in players who are nowhere near good enough. Time and time again, they've let Harry Kane down, and he got to the point where he's gone, you know what, I'm off.
I do agree on that note, because when you've got one of the best ever strikers in the Premier League history, you should be bringing in players around him to say, you know what, Harry Kane deserves to win a Premier League title. He deserves to be playing Champions League football. He deserves to win in FA Cups. If you're not going to do that, and you're not going to give these managers what they need, you actually can't blame Harry Kane for leaving. He would not have wanted to leave Spurs, Jamie. We've had Harry Redknapp on 5 or 6 times in the last 2-3 months. He's been saying, I can't see him go. He's building a big house in Cobham. His family is settled. Why would he want to move to Germany? But it comes to the stage where Harry Kane's probably saying, I might break Alan Shearer's record, but then someone's going to break that maybe in 10 years' time or whatever. But if I go and win trophies with Bayern Munich, they've got a very good squad of players, by the way. He might be the missing part of that team that they go and win the Champions League. So maybe he's looking at it like, I want to win trophies, I want to win Bundesligas. So you can't blame him for leaving.
Well, the teams are in for a game tonight that Bayern Munich are playing is the Super Cup against RB Leipzig. He is on the bench, so there's a very good chance that he will feature in the game. So he could win a trophy in his first 24 hours at Bayern Munich. And that right there sums it up for Tottenham.
But going forward now, though, how do you feel as a Spurs fan of your team's chances this season, and where will you finish?
I think we're miles off it. I think with Harry Kane, we could have maybe potentially tried to push on and get Europa League football. I don't think we're good enough to get in the top 4 with the team that we've got. I think without Harry Kane, we will do well to get a Europa Conference League. I think that's where we're going to be. Unless you bring in a top quality player with that money, then I just don't think we're good enough. Richarlison ain't going to score enough goals. Son, for me, was brilliant because he had Harry Kane alongside him and their partnership worked together amazingly well. Kulusevski was poor last season. Maddison coming, I think, is a brilliant signing. Is he going to be the talisman to get us goals? I don't know. I think he's going to be more creative. But if we are looking to Richarlison to replace Harry Kane up front and he's going to get us back in the Champions League, we are living in cuckoo land.
I think as well, you look at last season, Harry Kane, 30 goals, Son, 10 goals. Next, it's Bentancur, 5 goals in the Premier League, and he was injured for half the season with a bad injury. Then you've got Porro, 3 goals. Then you've got Richarlison, 1 goal. Even Emerson Royale got 2 goals, and he played the Timberlands on. He's a touch tackle Brazilian. So players have got to step up next season. Kulusevski, he's a technical player, isn't he, Kulusevski? He's got to get in that back post and score more goals. Richarlison, you start for Brazil in the World Cup. You've got to show Spurs why you Spurs paid that money for you. Son, a lot of pressure on him now being captain as well. Maddison's
vice captain.
I know.
With Romero.